Today's review is this beer called Finding Space. It's a collaboration between the Little Monster Brewing Company and Pipeline Brewing Company. It's a New England IPA, 6.4%, count them, four different hops. But what's it going to be like? Check out a review to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're going to be reviewing this beer. This is a collaboration between the Little Monster Brewing Company and Pipeline Brewing Company. And this is called Finding Space. It's a New England IPA and it has Citra, Mosaic Cairo, Nelson and Galaxy hops in it. So four different hops. Should be a nice sort of mix of flavours. 6.4%. Let's get this beer out of the can into a glass. See what it's all about. So I've had a beer from Pipeline. I haven't had a beer from Little Monster Brewing Company. So they're quite new to me. I definitely think I've done a review on the channel of a Pipeline beer. But we'll see what this collaboration is all about. Obviously, I like New England IPA. It's got Nelson, which I'm presuming it says Nelson. I'm presuming that's Nelson Sauvin. The New Zealand hop, very distinctive. But then it's got Galaxy, which is, I think, more of an Australian hop. Well, I think there's an Australian and a US variety of Galaxy. Cairo Mosaic. Yeah, I mean, Cairo is obviously a type of hop, sort of pellet, or I mean, it's a liquid hop. But usually you get, when you use Cairo Mosaic, you probably usually use Cairo Citra with it. So I'm surprised that they've just used normal Citra. So beer in a glass, lovely, hazy, golden, just a slight darker than a custard. Looks pretty good. You've got one finger or so of head. Let's see what it smells like. It's quite subdued, really. With all those hops, four different hops, you would have thought it'd be a real sort of aroma, smacker in the face sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely getting some of those grape melon sort of aromas. You got a bit of tropical sort of, a tropical sort of aroma of sort of mango in there as well. It's difficult. It's very sort of subdued and dialed back. So let's see what it tastes like. Cheers, everyone. Wow. Well, although the aroma was a little bit subtle and dialed back, the flavour is really punchy. Oh, it tastes really good. I mean, you can taste that combination. None of those hops really sort of, you've got the citrus, the tropical citrus sort of flavours. You've got the Nelson Sauvin bringing that sort of melon and gooseberry and white grape. And there's everything going on it, but it's just another one of those beers that's just so balanced. And it's difficult to describe. There's so many flavours. Let's go through it from the beginning. So you get a big hit of mango up front. There's a bit of pineapple in there. Then you're getting the grape and the gooseberry. Little bits of passion fruit and then a little bits of grapefruit as well. But it all sort of happens so quickly. You're getting those bang, 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 bang. And then it's like, then what we're getting on the back end, there's very little bitterness. It's probably got a little bit more of a papaya and lychee, that sort of bit on the back, and there's a bit. The grapefruit is really it just hits you at the last minute. Just when you think, oh, it's not great. Oh, there's the grapefruit, and it's just really good in terms of its balance. Very soft, low levels of carbonation. It's got a medium sort of body. It's got that, there's mosaic in it. That Cairo mosaic gives it that sort of almost a little bit of more dankness in terms of the tropical, but it's not overpowering. Like mosaic on its own, I find it a little bit too much. Single hop mosaic beers is not really to my liking, but it's used so much with other hops, especially Citra, that I think just balances it well. But with the Galaxy and the Nelson, it's, you know, it's there, but it doesn't overwhelm a beer. There's so many beers that we drink on the channel that you know, they have 1 or 2 hops in there. You know, you think of something like a Sabro hop, for example. I think a lot of the time the way the brewers use Sabro hop with its sort of pineapple and it's pina colada, pineapple and coconut and lime, it's can be so strong that, you know, as soon as you taste a beer with Sabro hop in it, you know it's Sabro. I think it's the most easily identifiable hop in a beer. But even things like Nelson Sauvin with that grape flavour is very distinct. Citra is a very good hop because it's got those sort of tropical and citrus notes. Mosaic can have that sort of bubblegummy, very sort of more danky sort of mango and stone fruit flavours. So you think all of those flavours mixed up could be a disaster, but actually it really works well with this beer. Yeah, beautifully balanced. It just uses all of those hops, seem to do their own thing and sing in their own, you know, to the best of their ability, but nothing overpowers it. So you're getting this sort of roller coaster ride of flavors from the sort of the mango and the papaya and then the citrus fruits and then the grape and the gooseberry, and then you get this grapefruit on the back end. And nothing's overpowering. It's juicy. It's very, very fruity, zesty. It's got everything going for it. It's a really great beer, actually. I've really enjoyed that. I mean, we've had a few Nelson Sauvin beers, and I do really like that. And especially in the summer, I just find them a real, you know, a real thirst quencher, a real sort of zestiness to them. And at the same time, I think, you know, using the likes of the Galaxy, you know, we've had a few beers with Galaxy, just bring that, I can't put my finger on what the Galaxy brings to it, but it just, they're quite big tropical sort of flavours. And sometimes with 4 different hops, it can just become very hop forward and nothing really sort of jumps out. And it's like that here, but it sort of balances it out. They sort of jump out as you go on that sort of ride through the mouthfeel. Over-analysing a beer, but you know, this is a beer review channel, so this is what it is. I think if you just sat there and drank it, you'd really enjoy it. It's really nice. Let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for Finding Space. This is a collab between the Little Monster Brewing Company and Pipeline Brewing Company. Really enjoyed this, actually. I think it's just got a really, really good balance for a New England IPA. 6.4% in a 440ml can. 4 different hops. Nelson, Mosaic's Cairo, Nelson, and to say Nelson again, Citra Nelson, Mosaic Cairo, and Galaxy. A real good combination of hops, actually. First things first, though, aroma. When you first pop it open, put it in the glass, lift your nose to it, and you think, yeah, I'm getting a sort of slight mango, a slight pineapple, there's a little bit of citrus, but with all those hops you expect it to overwhelm you, and it doesn't. It's all very sort of dialed back, and so it lowers your expectations in terms of the flavour. So aroma, I'm giving it 11 because I don't think the aroma doesn't do it justice, really. Appearance wise, well, it looks pretty good. It's this, you know, I mean, God, the amount of IPAs that we've had, especially New England IPAs, they do look very similar. So in terms of the scoring, I mean, it's got nice lacing. We've got a nice little bit of head there. It's a sort of yellowy, golden, custardy, straw coloured. I've said all the colours, you know, under the sun that we've used on hundreds of reviews. It's pretty good. It's an 8 out of 10. It's what I want from an IPA. I want it to look like pretty much like that. Flavour wise, though, well, even though the aroma's a little bit subtle, the flavour, it really, when you first drink it, if you just drink it and enjoy it and don't think too much about it, you think, oh God, it's, yeah, really juicy. There's lots of flavours going on, but what are they? Oh, I don't care. I'm just going to keep drinking it. It's lovely. But obviously, I'm a YouTuber and I try and review these beers, so I'm over-analysing it. And And there's a lot to analyse really in terms of the flavours. So when you first drink it, you get you get the mango, you get a little bit of pineapple. Actually, it's funny because when I start reviewing it, and you know, before I did the score bit, we did the review, and I don't think I mentioned pineapple, but now it's sort of warmed up a little bit in the glass, and it's amazing how much different a beer can be from when you first pop it open, and then even like 10 minutes later when you're drinking it, you get different stuff from it. So now I'm getting much more pineapple than I did before. Mango and pineapple, which, you know, you'd expect from a New England IPA. That's from probably the Citra and the Mosaic and the Galaxy to some extent. Then you get the Nelson hop sort of does its job and says, hey, I'm Nelson, I'm I'm a grape flavour, and the grape sort of hits you. You get grape and gooseberry. But there's all kinds of other tropical sort of flavours. There's a bit of lychee, there's a bit of passion fruit, there's a little bit of papaya as well in there. And then you get this sort of little pockets of grapefruit as well, which is really great. The bitterness is pretty low. It's just a whole lot going on, and then that's over. And then you've got all this citrus in there as well. There's so many different flavors, and you know, sometimes that could be a disaster. But in terms of the flavor of this, it's just really, really good. It's very well balanced as a beer. So I'm giving it 36. Got a great mouthfeel as well. Really soft, low levels of carbonation as you expect from a New England IPA. So 36 for flavor. Then we got value for money. So I think this was just about a fiver. It's not the best value for money, but it's got 4 different hops in it, 6.4%. It's a very good beer. I'm giving it 8 out of 10. Overall experience, well, I'm a little bit gushing over this beer because I just think it's got so much going on. There's so much flavour. If you just bought it and drank it, you'd say, yeah, that's a good beer, but you wouldn't really think too much about what flavours you're getting because they're all in there, and you get these waves, and if you just sit and analyse it a little bit, you can pick out all those different flavours. Lots of different tropical flavours, citrus fruit flavours, the grape and the gooseberry from the Nelson Sauvin hop, which is very distinct in a beer, and you're getting those as well. It's a nicely balanced, nothing overwhelms, but all those flavours sort of work as you go on the journey of drinking it. I mean, it sounds a little bit elaborate, but that's what it's all about. And it's a really nice balanced beer. I really enjoyed it. I'm giving it 16 for my overall experience. So we top those scores up, and I have to recalculate them because I think this is a really great beer. I think obviously the aroma score has dropped it quite down because it only gets a 79. But I'd almost say that if you're not bothered about the smell of it and you're more interested in the flavour and whether it's good value and whether you're going to enjoy the experience of drinking it, then it would probably get easily into the 80s. It'd be a highly recommended beer because it's a 79, which is a high Whitesnake beer, but it drinks more like a sort of a low 80s beer. It's a really good beer. I really enjoyed that one. So I don't know if this is still around. I mean, it's a limited run, but Little Monster, Pipeline Brewing, New England IPA at 6.4%. And say the Citra, Mosaic, Cairo, Nelson and Galaxy. It's a great combination of hops, and they've really made a great beer from that. Really enjoyed that. 79, Whitesnake beer. I'm going to slide it in slow and easy, and I've got to admit, there's not that much left to slide in. But until the next one, hope you enjoyed the video, but keep on rocking.